Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.
Okay, so where we left it is at proactively addressing objections. So where did we address objections before that? We address objections in the challenges. We also consider addressing objections in the testimonials, that's right? Because inside the testimonials, we can always say, what are the problems people facing? Now, I came in, I gave them an offer. I talked about the benefit of the offer. I gave them features. I stopped at the value. And before I proceed, I will share with you some question and answers of my own customers and audience, or customers and the client. So the first question, does it work for me? Okay, does this clarity session will work for me? Does this workshop will work for me? What is the answer here?
Yes.
Yes, it works for everybody. And you can also, if you spend more than 2 minutes on the question and answers, you can always tell a story if you like. Okay? You can also share a brief story if you like. What is the other questions, or what is the other objections? What are the other objections? So, in this book, which is Sales and the Closing Deal, you had it in a different form. We had
the thick one, the bound.
Yeah, the 6 bound one. So we had here 183 objections and how to overcome them. Okay, what we need here is question and answers. We need 5 questions, 5 to 7 question and answer, or 3 to 7. That's right. So what other questions can you provide? Remember the objection discussion early on. So can someone, sorry?
Money, time.
So what is what's the question will be around time?
How much time is it going to take of my personal time?
Do I have
Invest.
the time?
Oh, okay.
Or I don't have time? So I can come and say question and answer, and many of my customers will say, I don't have time. I don't have time. They question about the time. Do I have to write this question? Not necessarily, that's right. I can show the list without just I don't have time. So what is the answer of I don't have time?
Well, I would look at it as if anything is going to change. Are they going to gain any more time not doing anything different?
What is your answer? If you stand here and say, my customers will always come, and some of them believe and say, I don't have time.
Oh.
So
Tell me, or I would say yes. I don't
So
feel, or
the answer for
or-
that is, I agree with you guys.
But your readiness. Right?
I agree with you guys that we always feel the time pressure. We always feel, or we always think that we don't have time. However, if you want to transform your life, you have to be able to adjust the schedule, and I will help you working on a schedule that this particular learning or this particular workshop will fit your time. So I'm not giving them flexible time like what Claude wants to say up front. It can come here. And moreover, I'm offering also an online version of it. So if you cannot make it to the sessions, you can basically having it online as well. Which means that's why do you need an online system complementary to your program. So is it a must to have an online system complementary, or is it a luxury now? Or is it an option
Well,
now?
I think right now it's a must.
It's a must.
People are all discovering that they are self-teachers, and that's the way they want to go.
They are self-learner.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you have a question, I don't have time. Okay? You can answer it. I agree. I know how you feel. Everybody felt it. I agree, accept, advance, or agree, acknowledge, advance, whatever you want to call it. And then you can position it, and you can always tell a story if you like. Now, what is the third objection you said? What did you say?
Time, timing, money.
Money. So what is the objection around money?
Not enough. It's too much. How much it is?
So you do the question like
Oh.
I
Um,
some people will write I am broke and
can't afford it.
I can someone will say I cannot afford it. Return of investment is another one. So like group like Claudia and Mike say what is the return of investment on that? So people doesn't feel there is a return of investment. Someone will be bold enough and say it costs too much. So if somebody will come and say it costs too much, how you will answer? What's the answer you'll have? Same. I know how you feel, and you switch the discussion to what?
To how it could be possible.
How it could be possible,
So how can you instead of
and you switch it also to return of investment.
sorry, can you say that again?
You also can switch it to return of investment, return on investment.
Okay.
So when somebody come and say it costs too much, or I cannot afford it, the immediate question is, can you afford where you are right now? What is the cost of not doing it? I have a podcast which I call it how much does it cost you? I only talk about this particular point for more than 10 minutes. How much will it cost you to stay where you are? Okay? It's more relevant to Claude. Somebody will say we have no budget. Right now.
And what did you write first?
I am broke.
I'm broke.
Oh,
I don't have money.
okay.
Can't afford it.
Can afford it. I cannot afford it.
Costs too much.
Cost too much. Return of investment. I have no budget item. So it's function of who are you presenting to. You should be able to. What is number 4 objection you can cover?
Is my business too small?
Is my business too small? This is another one. So for him it will be relevant. So is my business too small? Or I can also cover my business too small here if you like. But is my business too small? Or I have a smaller business. Or I have small business, I don't need that. Some people will say, I don't need that. I don't use that. Do you use Psych-K? Michaela,
Pardon me?
do you use Psych-K?
No.
So one objection for her will be what? I don't use that. That's right? Do I use pen and paper? I don't use pen and paper. I don't know how to write. There's actually 950 million people are illiterate. They don't know how to read or write.
How many people?
950 million on the earth right now. They don't know how to read and write. And don't feel bad because there is 18% of adults in USA. They don't comprehend. They don't understand if they read a page what they can comprehend out of it. They don't know. They don't pass the level of literacy defined by the education whatever it is of the USA. And when I said like what does it mean, they said is they don't comprehend. Like if they read a statement, they don't understand from the statement what they have to understand.
All the ones that voted for Trump?
I don't know. They talk about 18%. They also talk about 25% last year they did not read or a book in a written form, printed form, audible form, and online form. 25% did not read a single book last year.
Of world's population.
No, of USA,
Of what?
United States of America.
Oh.
Very, very interesting statistics we heard about
Yeah.
it on
Yeah.
on Sunday. Like very weird. 18% of adults they cannot comprehend what they read. They are below literacy level. It's amazing.
That's big percentage.
And majority of them are in the Hispanic community.
Pardon?
Hmm.
Majority of them are in the Hispanic community.
Uh,
You know. Anyway, so I don't use that. This might be one objection. Now, do you need? We should have another a fifth one.
Well, relationship, my husband, my kids,
Yes.
so I don't,
So one of the objections can be that I have to talk to my husband. So, or I have to talk to my spouse, or we have to talk to the headquarter, or we have to. So what is the how you answer this objection?
I understand.
Okay, and then what will be the answer?
So it depends on how they, said that. Often I would give them.
They did not say
depending
it. This is the question and the answer. You
Right.
say it from the
on-
stage.
Right, so I get to say it. Right?
Yeah. So you stand here and you say, my customers, the frequently asked questions is they want to talk, they want to discuss it first with their spouses.
Well, would you go into a story right away? Because I've had a husband who actually gave me a written testimonial.
You can
How
have it
this
later,
went.
but you have to answer it first. So what is the answer?
To answer it first.
Yeah.
Well,
Because the answer will have, why we ask you the answer is not to puzzle you or to interrogate you, is this answer in particular has an impact on your offer. Remember, the answer here, I don't have time. It requires that you need to have to consider complimentary online recording. That's right. And even we said it's a must to have an online version of whatever you do.
I'm not allowed to.
I understand, but you also have some resources you may want to leverage from the source book. Now, the answer of this question has something similar. It impacts the way you design your offer. So when somebody come and say, I have to ask my spouse first. First of all, what's the problem of them going to talk to their spouses? What are the issues?
There's a gap.
There is a gap. This one
They're
issue.
walking away, they're not signing up right now.
Okay, what is the other issues?
Well, then there's someone else's brain who's involved in the decision making,
Remember this.
right?
Majority of them will be heart and their spouses will be what?
They'll be
Process
Or something else.
Yeah.
So they will not carry the same language, that's right? So a gap is one thing, so you don't have an influence on them. The other thing is you bring a different characteristics. And you don't guarantee that these people will talk the same language.
Right.
What is the third problem or the third issue if they go talk to their spouses? So to help you out with the third issue, let's talk about the model. So these people, your words, your presentation, your actions, it doesn't matter, that's right? They receive, perceive, iterate and repeat, and then they retain. That's right? And there is a gap here. This is a gap. There is no relation between what your word and your actions and your presentation from the stage with what these people receive. That's right?
Sorry to say that.
There is no relationship between your words and your presentation and the action from the stage with what these people receive.
Right.
So if you let them go talk to somebody else, do you have control of their perception?
No.
Do you have control on what they talk about it? No. So when we train individuals selling real estate, which is a 15,000 plus program, we always recommend that you say, that's great, you know what? You can sign up now. It's a full refunded within the first 10 days. And let me jump on a phone call to be able to answer any questions and present the program to your spouse. However, you are not selling a $50,000 solutions. So when we talk about having money back guaranteed for a limited time, it's a must. Because you can tell them what you will do right now is you will sign up, you will take the package with you, and then you can show it to your spouse. Which means you need what? A discount, a money back guaranteed, and you need to have a package describing what they buy. Okay?
So what people perceive?
Iterate and repeat in their heads and retain.
I'm sorry, missed it again.
What people perceive,
Perceive.
Okay.
iterate and repeat in their heads, their self-talk. They look you up on Google, whatever they do to repeat the ideas you have in your, and then what they retain about you. So what did you retain about the last meeting we have been together in the Okotoks business group? What did you retain?
Retain from
This
the other
meeting.
speaker?
Yeah, from Marcus, right? And Mark.
From Mark. Actually, no, not.
Use this example because when I sat in front of you, exactly what you retain is what I retain from you. But I'm different because I still have your gift. So whenever I go around, I still have your gift. So it always remind me.
That's
So-
the girl who I didn't know what the hell she was talking about.
And this
Good.
exactly what your audience will go through.
Right.
So what did you retain from your last presentation? What did you retain from last workshop you attended? What did you retain from the last 2 weeks ago presentation like this? You have to understand this. So if people don't retain too much, you cannot follow up 3 days later because it will take hours, maybe a day, maybe another day. So 3-4 days, if you follow up with somebody after 3-4 days, you are following up against the retention. If you follow up within the hour, you are following up about here. If you follow up at the end of the presentation, they are in this stage. How you verify what they receive and what they perceive? How you verify? By asking questions, that's right? You can ask them like, do you understand this? Do you get? Can you relate? These kind of questions we always ask to make sure you understand. The minute any one of you will ask questions, what I do? I keep quiet. And then we explain the question to the other group, or I repeat the question quite often because I want everybody else to hear the same questions. Because I want to verify that you receive what as close as possible to what I say.
So what's WPA?
Your words, your actions, your presentation, what happened, whatever took place right now has nothing to do with what people perceive, receive, and retain. Because if you are not comfortable in your seats, what you receive about this workshop, it's a very tiring workshop. You already received that this place is noisy because everybody's coming from the other group. They talk loudly by the doors, right? Do I have control on that? No.
I didn't even notice.
So your role as facilitator, as organizer, as a speaker, as moderator, whatever you call it, is to make sure people will feel that they receive the most value. By repeating it, by asking them questions. I love when Claude will come and say, you know what? Can I say it now? Because the minute he repeats in his own language, it shows me what? He received the right message or not. And also it repeats in front of the other groups, of the other individuals, another version of the information. That's why I will never ever feel bad if somebody will just say, okay, can I repeat it now? People say, oh, because you don't know how to. It's not about the English. It's all what about is how to validate you received what you have, what you should receive, or what's planned for you to receive. Sometimes I follow up with some of you or many of you and say, do you have questions? What about this? What about that? To try to persuade you in these areas. So I can help you to make sure you are going to retain the proper amount of information. I'm doing these workshops as education. I'm not selling anything, as you may notice by now. So, but I still use the same example, the same methodology. It's only one engagement model. So, it's very important for you to make sure you don't go too quick, you don't go too much, you don't have. I remember I told you before. I remember like my very first presentation here was a workshop called "Win Your Authority." I covered less than 5% of the material in 8 hours. I prepared material, but I found out that when you present this material, people I like it enough, and they're very dense material, so they don't. It will be confusing to give them other models, just one model and practice. So it was like 5% of what I prepared or less. Because in the university we used to dump information in people's brain. Here we talk about engagement. So if I want to get you engaged, I have to give you time. So you should have your learning smaller pieces that some of them you ignore and you don't tell them, yeah, I just covered 10% of what I planned to, because you are offending your audience if you say so, because they mean they are dumb. Sorry to say, sorry, I apologize, but this is what it is,
Yeah.
okay? Yeah. So you don't say that. You don't say, oh, you know what, I planned so many slides, but you only can recover this, because this is wrong.
This is the only thing you're smart for.
So
It's
you
insulting, yeah.
must give them enough information. That's why when you come and one of the points we talk about in the end of this workbook, we talk about, should you have this as PowerPoint slide or no PowerPoint? I would tell you, question and answers or frequently asked questions. Okay, which is maybe more appropriate to term.
Yeah.
Or you should have it articulated in a PowerPoint slide. This is one of the areas where you are allowed to exceed and have a smaller font. However, if you want to have it a list, you should have the question, click the answer, click the question, click the answer, click the question. And you should also follow the instruction of 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? From the stage. I just make it 1, 2, 3, 4 because we want to go through the list, okay? This is an educational program. This is not selling from the stage program. This is an informative sessions to deliver. This is different presentation. What I'm talking about. So in my presentation, to sell from the stage or to invite from the stage, you keep it consistent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yes. Right.
Okay?
What did you mean when you said that this is different?
Like this one day workshop is an information sessions. I am not selling at the end. You even came one time and said, okay, so how can I join or why I should join? I'm not giving you an offer at the end. I don't give anybody because this is a delivery of my program. The 20 minutes presentation I do it, or the 90-minute presentations, the 15-minute presentation I will do it on May 4th. These are selling presentations.
Okay, I'm definitely coming.
Okay.
You're selling in 15 minutes.
Yep. Oh, I sold 114% of the room in 10 minutes with a flip, even not a flip chart, with a whiteboard and a marker. It was very simple.
So did you say, you said this is different? So is the numbering
This-
different? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Or?
If you go on selling from the stage, we recommend to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, okay.
But in our workshop today, we don't use it because this is an information sessions for you guys.
Okay.
Right, right.
Because I always like to,
So if I was going to do a PowerPoint, it's important to start with bullet number 5 first, so we know that it will end after 1.
yeah, yep,
Okay.
And same thing with questions and answers. It's always good to go from 5 to 1.
yep, yep.
So
Now,
what-
WPA, what's the A?
What actions, what
Actions.
happened,
Actions.
whatever took place has no relationship with what people receive. Your words is a way, one minute. Your words, your actions are your metaphors, your gestures, your standing, the comfort of the room, the color of the room. All of these are influence point for people to receive something. What they receive not necessarily has one-on-one relation to the words. Okay? For sure, the words has an impact. The actions, your dress has an impact. Your clothes, like for sure.
So actions that refers to the body language.
Body language, you punch somebody in the face, you know, you rub somebody on the shoulder, you give somebody a push, you know. If you disconnect what you do with what people receive, you will find yourself you can do more or different to influence what they receive. Is what they receive driven by your words? For sure, there is a factor of your words. There is a factor of your gesture. There is a factor of your sound. There is a factor of what material they get. There is also a factor of how they sit and how the light's coming in their eyes and where is the sun is and how organized is the office. There's so many other factors. So I always like you to remove this connection and figure out how you can make sure they receive what you want them to receive. Having a warm welcoming, asking questions, asking for their they are open and they accept what you say, asking for them to relate, asking for them to summarize in their own language, asking them, did you get this material? Did you understand this point? Yes or yes, no or no. Having organized room. Don't bring your spouse to to help you running the show because you are not in a family business. Get somebody professional, somebody you don't know. People don't know that you are related. It bugs me when you stand there and the people having like 50 people in the room and say, oh, and Ed in the back helping us, my lovely husband, and say hi, Ed. So I was saying hi. I'm not here for a family business. Okay, so I like to run and this also one model I developed in this way. I'm very stubborn about it because this is my beliefs. People can receive from you based on what their state of mind is and what they are willing to receive. Okay? So you can come here and people can come. There is another one which is very important. Can I wait? I will sign up with you next month. So what's the answer here? We still use the same strategy, feel, felt, found, or agree, acknowledge, and advance. We use the strategy, we use the sandwich technique. However, what is the answer for I can join next month? I'm not ready today.
Well, you're not gonna get those great deals.
This one thing, what other answers we can provide?
You can say, of course, you can join a month from now. However, what's being offered today is this, and this, and this.
Yeah. Yes.
And then, so you're actually removing all the extras and the bonuses and everything like that. So then, of course, you can. And some people say, of course, you can join a month from now. But then our price is, our not today price will be.
So the offer I share with you in a minute, it will not be your offer. And if you have 12 months program, what you can do, you guys can sign up for now. You can come attend the first month to make sure the program for you. Which means that your program must have a trial period of 2 weeks, 1 month, or whatever. Okay? So when you look at these objections, this objection will impact what? Will impact your actual offer. Do you agree? Mm-hmm. So when you come and say, oh, I don't have an offer, I'm changing my offer. What are you changing in your offer? When somebody comes and say, oh, I don't have an offer yet. Okay, so what is the objection for people from your audience to your offer? Oh, I don't know. So okay, so what are you designing really? Like you can't design an offer without addressing the objections for people to join it. Because it's part of the program. Part of how much we'll go through the next level And I will show you how this is part of that. So just being here on proactively addressing objections through a frequently asked questions, it shows you at least 5 objections that you, 2 of them or 3 has to influence your offer. Because one of them was you have to have a free period, you have to have a refund, which is money back guaranteed within 3 days or a week or a month or whatever. One of them, you may need to have a 1 year trial period, sorry, a 1 month trial period in a year program. Or 1 session out of the 12 session or 18 session will be people sign up, put their credit card, and after they pass the first one, you can charge them. That's right?
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
If I come at the very beginning and tell you, you have to offer your program for free, what will be your immediate response? Without knowing any of this information, what will be your response? Are you crazy? I'm doing this for the money. That's right? So there are times where we come, when we sit here and we design products early on and say, can you have a money back guaranteed? People say, no, I wouldn't. You must have a grasp period, because if you want people to sign up right now and they need to talk to their spouses, you must give them a vehicle to sign up right now, talk to their spouse, and cancel the program. Otherwise, they will go and they will not come back. And will you allow them to go and come back? This is the default status. This is where you lose all the people. That's right. So if you have this as a potential, maybe 50%, maybe 70% will sign up and stay. We don't know. Does it make sense? Okay, make sense?
So the I don't use, how would you answer that question?
Sorry.
The number 4.
If they say I don't use that, well, we talked about the challenge. One of the challenges is people don't know what they don't know.
Okay.
So if you don't use that, let me share with you the benefits,
Of
or
those
let
who
me
do use it.
or let me recap the benefit of my program. Okay. Some of this Q&A can come to be very personal, like you don't have the right skills. Like people will tell me you don't have the right skills because I don't have the MBA, I don't have the PhD, I don't have the BMP designation, I don't have the CPA designations. And then you can address this. Why is you? Okay? There are individuals in town who will come and say, you don't have a time for an MBA. So if you want to have an MBA exercise, it will not boost your business. So you pay them $100,000 to help you to learn from them what you could learn in an MBA. But you will not be qualified for an MBA because you don't have the actual grades for an MBA acceptance. You don't have to get a GMAT exam. And you pay them $60,000 to $100,000 to join their program. And they have this in their frequently asked questions, like, should I have an MBA to run my program, to run my business? And they come and say, yeah, you know what, if you want to spend 2 years for an MBA, you learn theoretical thing, we are showing you how to buy, and this is basically on buy and flip houses. They have this explicit there. And they charge more than MBA in their full program. Okay? So any kind of objections you should be able to list it here. How you develop the frequently asked questions? Usually by going around and seeing why people don't sign up. Why people will not join. This is where you have the frequently asked questions. Okay? If you don't start a program yet, you can sit here, brainstorm about the exact wording, and what will happen? Everybody around the table will share, because we know that the objections are usually related to one of these triggers. So I don't have money. I just paid my credit card. I I really run on a relationship. I want to ask my spouse. I don't know. My friends will not allow me. I have a business coach or whatever it is. Will you deliver on time? Will I see the transformation on time? And I don't know really how it works. So this is great. This is a great question. Like people expect to come here and sit for 90 minutes, or right now, no, not even 90 minutes yet. We are there like 56, 61 minutes, and expect to know everything about the program inside out. You should jump in and allow you to practice new modality or new techniques and start the program. And anyway, you can get your money back after 1 month. Did you see this answer? Did it flow normally? So the objections are always related to the triggers. I am not reinventing the wheel. I'm just giving it a deep thoughts about these triggers. Okay? And these triggers, we were told these triggers in conflict resolutions. And I looked at them and said, you know what? If this is what humans are, you can do this in so many areas. And I'm not doing conflict resolutions anyway. So these triggers are very important.
You are.
Sorry?
You are. That's what we're doing.
No, but we're not doing conflict resolutions
You
here.
mean like right here?
Right here, like my business is a conflict. But
Right.
when this trigger, so all the objections will be rational to the triggers. I don't know enough about your program. I don't know the steps. I have no clarity. It can be a question. I need more information. It's great. Sign up and you get the whole package, which means you need to have what? A package. Okay? Or an information sheet. So you sign up, you get the you get the contract, the information sheet, which will show you all the steps written with examples. I don't have time. Is great. I have these 2-3 sessions coming in, and I also have an online service or whatever you can do it. I don't have money. We have a monthly payment. I need to talk to somebody. You can address it. So this is the frequently asked questions, or question and answers, or you can say what people say about my program. If you have testimonial list about your program, the testimonial has to address this, and you can articulate them as well. This is an alternative way.
Sorry, can you say that again?
There's an alternative way is to run testimonials. So you can have 5 testimonials written, and each one of the testimonials are actually addressing one of the objections.
Right. Right.
So there's so many ways you can play the game here. Not play the game really. Deliver what you want people to receive. Then after this step, so I recommend this particular part, which is 11, to be on a PowerPoint slide. So all 11 shall be on a PowerPoint slide. Or you have to be damn good to be able to write it in front of people.
All of 11? Like the offer.
The offer, yeah.
Or could you just have something prepared?
Whatever you want to do. But it has to
Like
be
that.
seen in front of people.
Right. Right.
The problem of having something prepared here is they will see all the questions and the answers. So you cannot run them question at a time. Remember they are what?
Do one at a time.
Remember they are what? The audience are what for
They're
you?
gonna read it.
They are ignorant.
Right. Yes.
So ignorant means they need to see what? They need to hear what? They need to experience what?
One thing.
All the time. One thing all the time. One thing all the time. One thing all the time.
Right.
So when somebody say, oh, you know what? I will not be able to use the clicker. You know, you have to figure out a way to use a clicker. Because they are what? Ignorant. And I is one in Roman numbering, right? So you always remember, people in front of you are ignorant to your service, to the value you have, to the creativity you have. And your role is to educate them and show them how easy for them to join your program. So once they join and accept your offer and they got invited to your journey, they will be able to see your wisdom.
So is this where you could hand out a paper offer To be distributed.
It's coming. It's coming, the paper offer. So this is 11.5.
Okay, so that's the stage part, the paper offer there as well.
Yeah, so when I say proactively addressing objections, this is 11.5.
Got it.
As you get lost right now about the sequence, you should come and repeat your offer with value. So you should come and say, I remind you here that I'm offering you to join a workshop with the value of so and so, and the benefit of the workshops is you will get dollar relationship time process, and what you will receive today is 1.5 hours personal strategy, a journal, and I'm throwing extras today as a checklist and assessment report, and the value is, and your investment today is that much money. So you go from repeat, which is number 6, to number 7, and your investment today is, and what the investment means, what they are paying today. Okay? What they're paying.
Just today, like a down payment.
And
or
then
the whole
we are
program?
going 11.8. What's the discount for today? 11.9. Can you make it sweeter? So you will be coming and say, your investment today, let's call it $1,000 or $997. Okay? Which is your cost, what you're paying. And I'm throwing in a special discount for you guys to come here and listen to me because you are so ready now to jump in. And I will give it to you for $497.
It's a
Sorry,
huge discount.
you said what's your cost?
This is the investment. This is what people pay you money. So there is a value.
You just
And-
asked what's your cost. You haven't put the cost on the board.
I came in from the frequently asked questions. I re-articulate my offer with the value.
Of course. Yeah.
And then if I am good with PowerPoint, I will cross the value. So I will come here and say my value, let's do it a different way, okay, is $10,000. Okay?
Yep.
So your investment for the day is $997. Okay? Because you attended these sessions and you really, I want to honor your time. I will give you a special discount. Let's call it, how much you want to do it? $797? $697. I don't like $797. $697. Okay? Can you
Why
make?
don't you like 697?
I don't like $797.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. $697. If you buy,
It's related to some deep beliefs.
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
explored.
and can you make it sweeter than that? Can you come and say, and you know what? And you are not even paying $697. You will pay $197 times 3 payments. Can you make it sweeter? Can you get it more discount? Okay?
Doesn't that whole process devalue the original number?
Not in the people's mind,
I don't
because
know.
not in the people's mind, because remember, in this book, that's the course you had on sales and the closing deal, we talked about the greedy. So the greedy buyers are buyers who they are shopping around for offers. So there are people who will not buy from you if they don't get offers from you. So this is the way to show them how the good offers they are doing.
But that wouldn't be put right in front of them right off the bat. This is something that you do verbally. Because if I look at that and I say, why is it $10 value, $10,000 value, and now I can have it for 197?
You will not be asking this question because we came from the value here where they agreed on the value. Okay? Because we take them step by step. So once they recognize the value, they will agree with you on the value on the program. Because you came here as
So those values need to equate that $10,000.
the $10,000 will be whatever you derive from here as value.
Yeah. So the total of that will be 10,000. Say.
Not necessarily 10,000. The total, that will be the total, whatever total you have.
Yeah. Well, let's say it's 10.
I picked up 10 for a reason, to
Okay.
have an example here. Otherwise, I will compute 250, 2050, 1,000, 11350. Let's call it 1450, 1550.
But then the offer should be
15.
1550.
1550. So if I want to do the other offer, which you can do it with green, it will be 1550.
Okay.
So out of the 1550,
Can I
what
make it
will be
sweeter?
what will be your investment? The investment will be 155.
Is there a percentage that, like, do you
10,
have a, is there a
1 to 10,
formula?
1 to 10,
1 to 10
or 1 to 8, something like this.
times.
So if you have value of 1500, how much are you willing to pay for it? Usually is 1 to 10 or 1 to 8. So you can have an offer up to 197 or 155.
So what's 1 to 10? 1.
Between the value and the cash investment, usually is 1 to 10.
I don't get the 1 to 10.
If I give you a $1,000 value, people on the average accept to pay $100 for it.
Really?
This is what Walmart and what Starbucks is saying as of their statistical analysis of the customer's behavior, not me. Okay? And the one value of being here is I share with you the source of the information. I don't make it up.
So the real value is, as a rule, then a tenth of what's presented.
Yes. 1/8 to 1/10.
Wow.
Okay? Now, you can come and say, I will sound salesy. I'm telling you, 80% of the people will buy from the others because they are salesy.
They are salesy.
Salesy, yeah, because this one of the things we learned when we went to Okotalks meeting is you don't want to smell like them.
Right.
Okay, them they are selling. And for me not being able to smell like them, I have only the 20% who are not buying from them. I would rather sell to the 80%, not the 20%.
Oh, can you say that again?
Okay, but don't tell Mark, okay? Because I do want to tell him.
No,
I wanted to
it's
meet
fine,
with
yeah.
him.
This is private.
I want to meet with him for a couple of hours to explain to him. So one of the things they mention when you go to these sales meetings, they try to be, they sympathize with you, not to be able to sell. So they tell you, okay, don't feel bad. You don't smell like them. These sales people who are bad, they're making performance and making living out of selling of whatever you cannot sell, and you can provide 10 times the value of what they deliver. They over promise, under deliver, but they make the money. They are bad. Don't feel bad. You know, they sound salesy, they smell salesy. So you don't act like them. To make you feel you are in a comfort zone. That's it. So I would rather smell salesy, taste salesy, and walk away with $1 million contract than don't smell like them, don't act like them, and don't make money. Because the salesy people are selling to 80% of the population and makes money. The ones who are looking that you don't smell like them are the 20% who are not buying from those. So your market is actually small. This is my objections of this particular part of the learning. We don't have to be salesy because I don't want to like you. I don't like to sell people. I like them to share with them my wisdom. I would like to invite them and when they make money, they can pay me. I am not here for the money. I'm here for the value. I like that. So I don't. But if I sell, I have to be able to use the sales techniques, which is statistically provide a higher ratio of conversion. Otherwise, I'll be wasting my time. Otherwise, we'll not be here. You don't have to talk. You're a very good speaker, by the way. And you can use the notes. It's okay, It's your style. So why you are here?
Because I want to make money.
Because you want to engage people more.
Right.
So when people come and say, you shouldn't smell salesy, you shouldn't sound salesy, you shouldn't use the salesy names, the salesy guarantees that people are selling, it's just, in my opinion, they just want to make you feel comfort. So they can sell you their training program. That's it. No, you have to use the techniques which convert. People will not buy without guarantees. People will not buy without persuasions. People, in this book, we talk about 9 types of buyers. One of the buyers are the greedy buyers. The greedy buyers, they want to always see a value, a higher value in what they buy. That's it. I give them a value here of 1,500 or 1 or 10,000, whatever numbers are. I show them the discount. I show them a deep discount for today only. You can also show them in a different way. You can show them. You can say, you know what, we are offering you at this offer. I will split it into 249, 4 payment times 449. And the first payment on me. So everybody here comes for free. They use this all the time in TV advertisement. They show you you should go to the Active Fry and the Magic Bullet and the Shoppers. They will tell you this set, it costs you $1,000 in the store. You are not even paying $1,000. You are not even paying $600. You are not even paying $500. You are not even paying $400. It's a 4 payment, $9.99, and the first payment we will take it away from you. Will be on us. So you only pay 3 payment of $9.99 plus shipping and handling. Have you seen this advertisement before?
I don't want to use.
So these are the kind of approaches these advertisement network are selling all the time. It works for them, and they are rich. So if you have your own objections, great. Let's talk about it more. But this is the way. Now, after this, you have to wonder about one thing. After this, you have to wonder about one thing. You should also give them today only. To create what we call it urgency and scarcity. So you say today only, I am waiving the first payment. Or
the GST or
whatever.
something.
And you can also use an option, the first 3 sign up will get something. They can get a book, they can get a meditation, they can get extra hour with you. So not everything is tangible to be discounted. You can also donate some time or provide them some resources. Okay?
So with me being stuck to a certain price, they recommend American US dollar price. So I could say that the recommended price is $9.97 US.
Yeah.
And for today only, I give it to you for $9.97 Canadian.
So
and then I can add for the first 3 people who sign up, they get an hour session with me.
Yep. So I would shift one thing.
Okay.
I would not say the MRSP price. I would say your equivalent buyer in the US,
Okay.
south of the border, less than 200 miles away from here, they paid in American dollars. And the Canadian dollar right now is 1.4 or 1.5. So today I will save you 30%, 40%, whatever numbers is, 49%, 47%. and I will honor the price in Canadian dollars. These are the same information, which is MRSP in the US, but in a more engaging.
Okay.
In, what did you say about the US? In
So,
months?
which one you will relate?
Manufacturer sales recommended.
Suggested retail.
MSRP?
Oh,
Manufacturer
okay,
suggested
okay.
retail price.
Okay,
So she said MSRP because their program is from the US.
okay.
So will you be more engaged when I tell you the MSRP for my program is $1,000 US, and today I'm offering to you for $1,000 Canadian? Or will you be more engaged if I come here and say your counterpart in the US are buying this program for $1,000, 200 miles south from here, and because we are in Canada and the Canadian dollar is 1.47 of a US dollars, so I will honor it in a Canadian dollars, and I am saving you 47% by allowing you to pay $1,000 Canadian instead of $1,000 American. You will resonate better with one or
this one.
with two.
I'm just waiting for the language.
That's right. You are paying better with one,
I am paying better,
or you are paying better with two.
wait, just a minute, so that's US 1,000.
And
this
here,
is Canadian 1,000.
and
Oh,
yeah,
it's better over there.
this is a US in 1,000.
Or it's costing me more over there if I'm paying for the program. Am I the them or the me?
You be the audience right now.
Okay.
Okay, so situation verbiage number one.
Okay.
This is cost. This is a suggested retail price for the program. The program now sells online for $1,000 US, and I am here to give it to you in a Canadian dollar. So you'll pay 1,000 Canadian. Would you like this sentence, or you like the sentence which is say, this program, your counterpart in the US is buying my program, which is offered in the US, for $1,000 US, which is 200 miles south. The Canadian dollar right now is 1.47 US, and I'm here to honor your presence here in Canada, and I'm offering you at $1,000 Canadian, and I am saving you 47% because alternatively you go to the US and buy it for a 1,000 US. Which verbiage you like better? This verbiage 2
That one.
or verbiage 1?
The second one.
Okay.
I like verbiage 1 because it's short and sweet and clear.
If your clients, if your customers and the clients are more into the time, they will like verbiage 1.
Yeah.
She is a relationship, remember, she doesn't like
There's
questions.
lots of explanations.
But she is a relationship heart.
Yeah.
So if your audience are heart, you should use verbiage 2.
Yeah.
If your audience has one, like if you come to me in my natural status, and I will text you message. This is what I will write. This is exactly what I write.
Great.
What?
See you then.
See you.
Then. This is exactly what I
Oh,
write.
see you then. No, see you then.
You know? This is exactly what I will write when you say, are we meeting tomorrow? I think I wrote you this before. I just say, see you then. When I communicate with people who are heart-centric, I don't do this anymore.
You don't do that anymore?
Well,
No,
that
they are heart-centric. So I say, that is awesome. It will be a pleasure meeting you, and I will see you, or I will wait for you. Do you want to have coffee, or I will see you then. There are some people which I will write see you. That's it. If I will write it to you, you will feel, oh, he's ignoring me, he's offending me, he's putting me away. This is how they get it in their subconscious mind. So if you like the first one, because of time. However, your audience might need to know the process, might need not necessary to be time. Their audience are more in the relationship. If you want to sell your leadership program online, majority of the online people will be relationship. Very rare,
Oh, that's very good.
very rare for people to be on the other side. Okay? Does this make
Okay.
sense?
It does.
So, providing a balance it's important once you know your audience. Once you know your audience, and knowing your audience is to know which trigger can work with them, not how they look. Okay? Any questions? So you come after that and you provide them the today only and the first 3 sign up, which is 11.13, 11.12, 11.13. And at that point, around 11.12 or 11.13, you will hand in the signing sheet.
Sorry, can you say that again?
11.12, 11.13,
Yeah.
this is when somebody has to pass over the signing sheet. Okay? So if you have a signing form, this is what exactly
That's the agreement.
the sign up agreement, the signing sheet. If you are online, you will tell them the link will show below right now. Okay?
Okay.
Now, after that, you should give them what none of us like, which we call it.
Can I stop there just for a moment and just go back to the sign up sheet?
Okay, can I just finish this 1 minute?
Yes, you can.
So you give them guarantee. So guarantee, it's yeah. I mean, I remember it. I know my English now. I know my guarantees. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so the sign up sheet, but this is only if you're signing up for something that's not costing you money. Because if it's free, then it's easy to pass it around and sign it up. But if it's what? Okay, well, how does that work then? Because then
You
they
basically,
have to-
somebody will pass in a signing form for each one of them.
So is that the order form?
The order form, a signing form for each one of them. You remember, I didn't give you one of my forms, but I will give you one. I'll show you one of my forms. They are in my car. You must have a signing form where everybody will write their name, they write their information, they consent for you to email them back, and they have your term and condition in the back. And you must collect deposit, because if they sign up and don't show up, they are wasting your time. Like I called up somebody yesterday and I said, you know what? You canceled 2 times in a row. It's a $2,000 a day. He said, no, but you charge me $500. I said, yes. I charge you $500 if you come. And I charge you $0 if you cancel a week ahead. But if you come and cancel 15 minutes or half an hour for your daughter sick, I would charge you $0. But if you have a family obligation, I charge you $2,000. Because I accept emergency. It happened to everyone. Once, not every time. I accept you have a priority engagement prior. It happened for everybody. But if your attitude is just to cancel because you feel uncomfort, I charge you 4 times what I charge you. Full stop. Okay? So you don't want to be in a situation where people sign up and don't show up. So you can overcome this by having credit card without charging. And you should also give them your terms and conditions in the back to look professional. So each one should sign up in a special form. Because what will happen, okay, let's talk about it in a different way.
What do you mean by each one?
I'm explaining it right now. What is this? What's the X here? If I want to say what this axis will represent.
How people receive
No,
what
what's the
you're
axis?
selling.
What this axis represents?
Axis.
What this axis is?
With the horizontal axis?
Yeah,
Oh, access.
it
Okay.
represents time.
Time.
That's right.
Right.
So if I give my good friend here, Claude, I don't even have a form to sign,
Yeah.
to fill his name and email, and
Yeah.
he cannot,
Contact information.
and he will get his glasses and the pen will not work. You know, all kind of problem will happen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then Marcel beside him, he will be waiting for what? For him to finish.
Right.
What will be going through Marcel's brain?
Well, the perception. This is hard. It's difficult. There's stuff going
By the
on.
time the form will get to you, how many will go through? 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets. That's right.
Right.
By the time it will get to Mike,
He's out of there.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
So, what's happening here? Are you getting them to sign when they receive? Or are you getting them to sign in these stages? As a matter of fact, the most effective way is to give them the form, have a copy of the form on the PowerPoint, and say, each one of you hold your pen, form number 1, first name. Write your first name. My first name is Tim. Oh, your name is not Tim, guys. Remember, write your right first name, not my name. Your last name is Timothy. My last name is Timothy, is not your last name. Write your address. First address, your city. So you walk them through the form.
But everybody would have a form.
Each one will have a separate form,
Yeah.
self-carbonized. On the back of the form, terms and sheets and conditions. Terms and conditions. For you might be different if you sign up a company. But if you sign up individual, this is how it works. And you give yourself time to say, let's fill the form together. Because majority of them are tribunal.
Or
They-
what?
They are tribe. The tribe people will not have the leadership of signing. They are followers.
Okay.
So there are 9 characters. There are not 9. There are 13 characteristics of individuals. There's a white hat buyer, which you pray for them for their blessing to join your program. And there is the tribe people. Majority of the hard people, of the people who have difficulties in their life, they don't have the self-initiatives. They don't have the leadership. They may disagree with me on this definition, but this is the truth, okay? They need somebody to hold their hand. Let's sign together. Sometimes when I sit in the room here, I have people here in this room, I say, let's sign together. And I hand the pen and paper to them. But let's sign together because they cannot sign. If I tell him or her, can you sign here? No. Let's sign together, yes, because they like the socialization of it. It gets difficult if you sell into organization with a purchasing department. However, it doesn't, because you can always make a call and say, let me drop in so you can we can sign that, we can discuss the details of the contract and you can sign it, or we can sign it together. So there are more components in the sales and the closing deal. There is a specific section in the workshop on this particular attitudes. White hat, you pray for them for their blessing to join your program. Leaders, hey Joe, sign up here. They sign. Tribunal or people who are in tribes, let's sign together. We are very fortunate that majority of our customers will belong to maybe 3 or 4 categories of this, so you don't need to know the whole 13s, because this is my experience. Whenever you go around, you will actually, I believe you build a better rapport and you will connect with individuals who usually inside the same bulk, and there's this only one extra step. There's only this one extra step where if you do it, you will get more people to convert. So for her audience, for her ultimate audience, she cannot tell them, let's sign. Can you sign? She has to tell them, let's sign together. Because they sell an emotional program with a collaboration from their side. They collaborate, they help them, they empower them. The empoweree, or whatever you call it, the audience, usually they don't have the self-motive. This is my experience.
They don't have what?
The
The
self-motive
Self-
or self-motivation, they are not motivated to sign.
Yeah, they need to be shaken. They need to be pushed or guided.
Yep.
However you look at it.
So you should, the best things which we have been seeing it converting is when you have a sheet to sign You pass the sheets on. People can write the offer.
Wait, the one that we're gonna wait for close.
No. Each one has his own sheet. Each one has
Everyone gets their own.
Each one has his own sheet.
Okay.
They can sign, and you guide them from here. Now you write your first name. Now you write your email. Oh, my email. This is not your email, guys. This is my email. Write your phone number. Write the date. Write the time. Give it a copy and hand it in the back. And I do have some. I have maybe a couple of hundred samples of different forms. You may also want to consider having a credit card. Not for charging, just for identification only, or just to make sure there is a penalty if you don't show up. However, you do this exercise of filling it together after you finish your offer, and we did not finish the offer yet. We still have to talk about 1114. What's 1114? Guarantees. How many of you can guarantee their program?
I can guarantee my part. I can't guarantee their results because it depends.
Which is
on
awesome.
Them.
Which is awesome, because you are the only one new here. You have this statement, because everybody here knows that they can guarantee their own part. So what can you guarantee?
I can guarantee how I show up. I
Okay.
can guarantee what I provide. I can guarantee.
So can you guarantee satisfaction?
No,
Why?
because everyone has their own idea of what satisfaction is.
Are you satisfied in the 2 or 3 times coming here?
Yes.
What did you do different?
What did I do different?
What did I do different?
Nothing. Although last time it was scarier.
So satisfaction is one of these lousy terms. This is the reality. This is the truth about it. Satisfaction is one of these lousy terms that each one of us has to drive it in a different way. So what do you mean satisfaction for you? So satisfaction is a function of how I deal with you. The place is organized, semi-organized. The room is clear. There is no bugs. There is no snakes. There is. You feel warm feeling. You feel always welcomed. I'm as much as I can within your reach. I can answer your questions. You are always heard. You are not suppressed. You are not happy. You feel happy. The group is like, because I have another group which basically, if you come there, you will not feel happy, because they are different demographic, different mentality. So these orientations can drive your satisfaction. So any product or program you buy, satisfaction guaranteed is number 1. People must be satisfied with the program. Now, if I'm not satisfied, what you will do?
You would need to articulate what satisfaction is then.
Each one will define it for their own.
So that's what I mean. That
So
should
when
be
I come and
spelled
say
out.
here, satisfaction guaranteed, and you have the stamp. Like, the beauty of the guarantees is there are some stamps, some logos you can you can use in your slide, so you don't need to write them, because there are some logos like
Yeah, I get what you mean.
you know. So what you need to have at least 3 of these logos. So the first one is satisfaction guarantees, customer satisfaction guarantees. We will do our best to address all of your concerns as soon as we can. Did you hear my language?
Yeah, that's part of the guarantee.
Did you hear my
Do
language?
my best.
To answer your concern or address your concern as soon as I can. What does it mean for you?
That's a good guarantee.
What does it mean for you? Do my best to address your issues as soon as I can. What does it mean?
Personal involvement.
I will do nothing. I will do nothing.
Or
As soon as I
who
can.
wants to
I
help?
cannot. I'm busy. Sorry. As soon as I can, I'm busy. I don't even have time to listen to you. You see, you said it's a good guarantee. You start to articulate how this means what? I'm doing my best to address your concerns and the issues as soon as I can.
But that's not a guarantee. Doing my best as soon as I can.
This is a satisfaction guarantee, by the way.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. What obligations there?
No obligations.
Okay. Please, I'm not sharing with you material here to break your ethics. I believe each one of you has a good ethics level, good integrity level, and we're here to deliver, build a good reputation.
So that would be a bullshit guarantee.
This is if people will hear it right, they will understand this is a bullshit guarantees. However, I'm committed. Like, how many of you here will ask me or raise issues and I don't respond within timely manners? Sometimes I push people actually. People say, give us time, okay? Give us break, okay? So the guarantees are made to influence people to buy. And also you are protected from not doing any exercise.
But I'm still confused about the fact that satisfaction is a guarantee. That I guarantee satisfaction because that's a personal way for them to perceive what I provide. So I cannot guarantee that they will provide my material that to their satisfaction.
So how you address satisfaction in this case?
Well, you can tell them what they can expect. And they're going to expect what I say I can deliver.
Yes.
This is what I'm willing to do.
Yes.
That's what they can expect.
Yeah.
That's the features and the benefits.
And how do I know they get what they expect? By doing what?
By telling them what to expect.
And then how do I verify this? By asking questions.
And giving testimonials
By
of
having,
others.
by having surveys. By
Yeah.
asking them for giving testimonials. So how do I know you got the value from here? I ask you to articulate what values do you get. I ask you to relate at the end. I can approach many of you to give me testimonials. I can send you survey links to do it. So I can guarantee your satisfaction of the program. Very obvious. If anybody comes with an issue, I address the issue, I act on it as soon as I can. Which I usually do because I have an integrity. I'm a person with integrity, so I usually do. But if I am pulled out in a different project overseas or a different project, I'm speaking on a stage some other places, what I do. As soon as I can, I can't. So. But it's a priority in my list. So satisfaction guarantee, it must be there. Each one of us must have a way to satisfy the needs and the wants of your customers and audience.
So we need to articulate what the satisfaction means.
And I exactly said, I am here for you. I will help you whenever you can. Whenever you have questions, you can send it to this email. I will respond to you. I have my virtual assistant. You can send emails. You can call me at any time. How many people of you here will call me and will get to my voicemail? Quite often. You know, like anybody call me today, will they find me? No. But I go during the break and I verify, I check my voicemails and make sure I respond on time. So you must have a satisfaction guarantee. What other guarantees you can provide?
Can I just ask a question on the timing thing?
Sure.
Do you give a timing? Like right now I give I'll respond within, I think I say 48.
Extra-
Or I think I say, I don't know, 3 business days barring holiday, weekends and holidays. Something like that. Do you do that?
I will answer it to you in a very intelligent way.
Oh. You
Who
will.
here wants to know when and how you will answer? Which
The process
quadrant?
People, the process people,
And
the time people.
how many of them are your customers?
Oh, wow, good, thanks.
Does this answer your question?
It does, but I feel like I still need to put that
Because
in
you
there
are
to
process.
cover it
Because
all,
you are
right?
process. That's it.
What's that?
Because your mind is process. You are maybe relationship first and then process second, or vice versa. And you're doing Reiki. And
What?
you're doing
Reiki.
Reiki master. That's right.
Are you a
We
Reiki
do
master?
right.
Oh, I am, but I don't. That's not.
Yeah.
No, it's
So you are a little
not
bit of
really
process.
part of it, yeah.
You are a little bit of process.
Yes.
He used to do Reiki, so you are a little bit of process. So the point I want to drive here is, do you really need to say it? Do you really need to articulate it? If your main audience are relationship people, they need to know that they will be taken care of. I had a friend he started a friend and became a customer, and then he is now a friend. But he had a very big each state he wants to take over as a realtor. And he was just trying to figure out a strategy. And I told him, what about just you go over there and tell them, don't worry guys, I will take care of you. He said, yeah, but they taught us in the board of wherever they get their license from, we have to show them this and the statistics. And I said, no. These people are very in a bad moral. Their morale is really down. What about you just to walk in there? He said, no, there are 6 others or 5 others on the file. It's a competition between us and the other people. I said, no, you just go there and tell them, you know what? Don't worry, I've been selling it before. I can show you how it can get you good money. I will take care of you, no question asked. Whenever you need to me, call me. He was not convinced. So he went in, and luckily enough, the previous, one of the other realtors was actually still with them in the meeting. So he waited outside, and he listened to all what this realtor is telling them. The comparable and the statistics, and this is the process, and you're selling here and something. And the guy felt overwhelmed, and he said, I will walk in, I will repeat. So I'm actually walking out right now, and I will not bargain on this deal. So by the time he was leaving, the lady came and said, yeah, we are late for you, it's okay, you can come in. He walked in, he didn't want to get the deal. So what did he say? Like Badawi told him, you know what, I know you are overwhelmed, I know it's a very bad loss for you guys, I will take care of you, everything will be taken care, I've been doing this for so long, and here's my card and call me. Who out of the 6 realtor got called? 2 days later. This guy. Because this is our people in a very bad time. They don't have any capacity, they don't have any energy. He's a very repetitive guy, has a very big, good reputation in town, and they know he's competent. They did not question. So they sent him a message saying, would you mind coming back to talk about the details and how much you will list this for us for? And by the way, we have all the recommended prices from the other realtors. It was amazing. He came, he said, he made good money. I mean, maybe this guy, about $1.2 billion sales in 15, 16 years. He owns now a few things around here, few chains of coffee and things like that. But he said, it's very amazing how we can do this. Against everything they taught them. Because these people, and again, it's DISC. Because when you go and do DISC analysis for people in a moral situation, they are not relevant. DISC is not relevant.
DISC?
Dominant, this is a good personality.
It's a profile.
Profile
assessment on what kind of character you are, how do you do business. Are you the guy that says, just give me the price, or are you the guy who goes, can you tell me some details before you give me the price?
Yeah. So these models, it's much easier to comprehend for the immediate touches, because we are not here to give everyone a profile. So this bank code, colors, gold, DISC, Myers, all these kind of interesting things, they are good for employment engagement in workplace employees. When you meet people so many times, you can do this. But if I want to meet you right now, most likely I will not see you again after the next 10 minutes if you don't buy my program. I don't have time for this kind of huge assessment. Anyway, does this answer your questions?
Yeah, it must.
You forgot your question.
I have no idea what the question was.
So you should be able to articulate satisfaction guarantee. I will satisfy all your demands, all your questions, and I will be here to help you whenever you want. Whenever you can, as much as I can, and as much as you can allow me to do. What other satisfactions we need to provide? The one which is everybody hates.
Money back.
So I'm not here to offer you a money back guaranteed. You can have it as, if the system will not work for you, I will give you enough one-on-one time to make sure it works for you.
So there is no money back guarantee.
Many of us will not like to have money back guaranteed. Actually, money back guaranteed is more trouble, because if you want to reverse the transactions, you pay extra cost. Like, I would rather not to charge people credit card than giving them money back guaranteed. because it costs me about 6% or more from my bank.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because when you do the reversal, and also it freezes some areas of my bank because the credit card will need to make sure the money is available, but they don't know when the reversal will happen. So you can have like interesting things happening. So I would rather not to charge people than paying them back. And sometimes we pay people cash. Sometimes people will come to me and say like, "Oh, can we get money back?" I say, "Yeah, here's your money cash." Because it's like if you give me $100, I will already got it 96% or 95% because I pay 5% on a credit card. If I go reverse use $100, I have to pay the credit card 6%. So 4% plus 6% equal to $10 from my pocket. So I would rather give
Loss.
somebody $100 than give him 106. So money back guaranteed, rather than money back guaranteed, gives them a free trial. 1 week free. 1 month free.
So in the line of guarantees, then do you come straight out and say no money back guarantee?
No, you say we give money back guaranteed, however we don't refund your money. We will, like some of the money back
Ah.
guaranteed, some of the refund.
It's not money back with
Yeah.
guarantee.
So some of the refund you
value
get,
back.
some of the refund techniques you get from stores is they give you store credit.
Right.
Yeah.
What does mean store credit? I need my
You
money.
can get something else.
And if I don't need anything else from you guys, I need my money. Okay?
So, sorry, but you say you word it as a money back guarantee?
It should be awarded as a money back guarantee. And you have discussion around it.
And say that again, how you said that?
So when you say we guarantee you receive the value, and if you don't like it, you get your money back. However, we don't give you money back. We will work with you, but you have to address it. You have to address how, if somebody is not happy, we'll get out. And that's why we don't work with everybody. That's why we offer free, 1 month free or 2 months free, so people come to join if the program is annual. Okay?
I don't buy that. Because money back guarantee is money back.
And this is one of the troublesome for people who are offering the programs. So you have to be able to address this with the audience from the stage.
I'm trying to think of other words to use, so I don't
Yeah.
have to say money back, but I can no risk investment or something like that.
No risk is a good word. However you want to verbiage it.
Right.
Remember, here I show you the framework. We talk about the naked
Yeah.
truth.
Right.
Native language, naked truth. You should address the performance. You should address money back.
You should be clear about your policy on money back.
And that's why you need to have term and condition. That's why when people sign, there is a term and condition in the back. And this what protect me as Win Your Brand, because we have a term and condition there.
So the money back, it's not a money back guarantee, but it's a term and condition
Regarding money.
regarding money.
Yeah.
I don't like money back guarantee because I will not offer a money back guarantee.
And the problem with money back guaranteed is what will happen if somebody will come with you, spend with you a year and two, and then come back and say, can you give me all your money back from a year ago?
Right. Or you could say you could make it clear, a 30-day money back. But I agree, I would rather not
Okay?
mess around and just do the.
So
1
all
month
of these
free.
are healthy discussions
That's
to
good.
help you craft your message. I'm not running your program. I can give you one-on-one consultations if you have specifics. If you design your program, when you come here next time and share this information, you'll get attacks. Or sorry, you get feedback or attacks from us on how you position it. But these are the areas where you must show, because you are a professional providing a business. This is not a hobby anymore. This is a business. Business means I can buy and I can return the merchandise. They tell you return the merchandise. Actually, you cannot return all merchandise because swimming suits and underwears, you cannot return them at all. Even
Need a pillows.
if you have the tags still there.
Yeah, because you could award it with a tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, So there are some
Germs are
merchandise
in
and,
there.
and billows
No.
Pillows, your pillow.
and the billows as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and there are some merchandise when you go buy them, when you go back to the store, like Vision Electronics, they don't give you money back at all. The brick, they don't give you money back at all. They give you store credit. Some stores will give you for the first 14 days, and after that they give you store credit. So it varies.
Yeah, it does.
And I was buying from outlet malls who are closing down. And we
Malls
were
are closing down?
outlet mall closing down in Vegas, which is very interesting. Okay,
Mm.
we were buying. We were standing in line, and once we bought, we found a Devo in it, so we want to return it. They cannot return it, while we did not leave the disc, not the store, the disc. It was so funny discussions we had to make, and we built a case, and we got the money, and we walked away. But it was very interesting. That's because this is a close-out sale. Whatever they will hit, they cannot refund. And you stand there, and you did not notice the
The
problem
small print. Or the problem on the clothing.
and the closing. So it's very but how if you stand without guarantees, are you running a professional business or not?
Oh, no. You gotta have guarantees.
Okay.
But you gotta be clear about what they are.
I love this summary. I love this summary, and I want to leave it here. But I love this summary because people here in the room on this table reject to have guarantees.
Yeah.
So after you give your 3 guarantees,
3 guarantees.
yes, at least
So what would be the other one? You said
it will work
satisfaction.
for you. It will work for you. It will work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, I will spend enough time to make it work for you. And believe me, if they do it with you 2 times and it does not work, they will go on their own. They will go out of your way. Okay? But you must be able to guarantee that it will work for them. Whatever you want to use, you guys, I'm not here to force you to use, but I love your sentence. If you run a professional business, you must have terms and conditions, you must have guarantees.
Yes. But you see, she sells abstract product, I sell abstract product. So it cannot be returned. It cannot be, it's not palatable like a cup.
It's knowledge.
It's knowledge.
Yeah.
It's education.
It's education knowledge.
So the guarantee is that you will receive an education.
And if you
Whether
apply
it
it,
serves you or not, it's your problem.
and if you apply
Do
it,
with it.
and if you apply it, and you take all the steps as
Uh-huh.
described, you will achieve the results.
There you go. Now that's a guarantee.
Okay?
Guarantee of no.
And if
receiving
you have
knowledge.
questions, you can call me anytime. Does this make sense? So after the guarantee, when you see sign now, this where you will pass this is where you will go through the details of how to fill the form. So I would like you to invite you to sign now. Pick up your pen. And I love what you said, like each one has to have a pen at the beginning.
Right.
Pick up your pen. Yeah, on line number 1, write your first name. On line number 2, write your second name. That's why you should also have the entry numbers. So you can write line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, or section 1, section 2, section 3.
Right.
And if you see somebody not writing, you can say, okay, so Joe, why you're not participating? You can just write. There is nothing to lose here. You have, it's a free trial anyway,
Well, I don't know how to write.
you know?
I've encountered that. I don't know how to write.
So,
I'm not kidding you.
so these are the areas where we can motivate people to sign up for our program. Any questions? Any questions?
Good stuff.
Oh, I didn't think
Is it clear?
so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so let's break at this point for a quick break.
Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited. Unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent, all other rights reserved.